Hey guys, welcome to today's video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Toby Morrison from CFS Health, and we help people who are suffering with chronic health conditions and chronic illness get healthy again. That's what we do. We help people in 53 countries. We work with brilliant people, and we have one common goal, which is to get healthy and start living life again. So in today's video, we're going to talk about what recovery looks like. And this is going to be really helpful for you if you are kind of going around in circles. You're spending lots of money on supplements, pills, doctors, massages, therapies, all that kind of stuff, and getting nowhere. If you're doing that stuff and you're getting somewhere, amazing. If you're not, then it's time to relook at this and do something about it. So I'm really excited for you because I'm going to show you some inspiring stories that are going to really show you what's possible too. Because I think one of the things with chronic illness that's really, really tough is you think it's not possible that you can get better. You think that, you're different than everybody else. You think that you're too old. You think that you've been suffering for too long. You think that it's impossible for you. You think, how the hell can I even see the future when life is so hard right now? And so I totally understand what you're going through. And I'm going to show you some people who felt exactly like that and are now living extraordinary lives and feeling so damn different. So let's get into the training. And like I said, if you're new here, welcome. If you've been with us for a while and been watching these videos, really love and appreciate your support. I just want to make sure that the audio is working. So if you're here watching live, could you just comment below and let us know that you can hear me and see me? The audio is working. So if you're here watching, I think we should be good. And so I've got a little, awesome, amazing. Give it a like and a love heart or a thumbs up if you are watching this video. This will make sure that one, I know you're watching it, and two, if you're watching this in replay mode, means that you're finding it helpful. So appreciate that. Guys, let's get into it. I'm pretty pumped about this. So here we go. On my screen right now, you can see the CFS Health roadmap. And, I think it's important to really see the plan and to see what's actually going on. I think when you're going through chronic illness, there's a lot of unknown. And when you're going to a doctor and you're hoping that they can give you an answer, you're usually left more confused and more overwhelmed and just lost. And so I actually think it's so important to have a plan and to have a roadmap. And this is what our clients love the most. I believe that every single month in our program, we have dedicated planning sessions on top of Q&A coaching every single week. One of my favorite things that I think is so helpful is that we plan the month ahead. But that's not going to make much sense to you right now if you're not working with us, because it's like, well, what am I planning for? And so what I want to do today is to break down for you what it looks like on a macro scale. Yeah. So from start to finish, what does recovery actually look like? Yeah. And again, everyone's going to be slightly different, but there's some commonalities here. And I'm going to show you some real true stories that will show you that as well. So just stay till the end of this video and we'll be able to show you that. So really there's 5 or 6 key steps here. But recovery starts here. And there's a little light globe here. Yeah? And it really starts with awareness. And a realization of possibility. When people used to come and see me, I would be their last resort. And sometimes still to this day, a lot of people who join our program, it's like they've tried everything and nothing's worked. and then they come across us, and then they see people like living their lives and getting their health back and making progress. You know, and shout out to Heidi, one of our clients at the moment, absolutely crushing it. She put up a photo of her training in the gym. She's been working with us for 6 months now. She's actually got, I said to her, I'm like, show me your biceps. And she posted in our wins on a Friday and was like, you know, I'm doing so well. I've reached my goal. I'm back training in the gym. And she's like lifting real weight, you know, and she's just amazing. And you can see on her body, like she's starting to get really muscular. And she just looks so healthy and glowing. And so, but it's taken her a long time. And the crazy thing is, she had to start super small. Like you wouldn't believe it. She started with like 2 minutes, not even. And so in the program, we talk about micro and macro. You know, yes, her goal was to get to the macro stuff, be able to train properly like a normal person in a gym. Yeah, that's what her goal was. But we couldn't even think about that when we started. We had to start small, yeah? And I'm going to get to that in a second. But really, recovery starts with the awareness and the possibility that it's and the possibility that it's possible for you. And nothing's going to change until that happens for you. You know, you can kind of sit on the sidelines and kind of wish and hope and maybe even pray that things get better. But until that translates to, actually, I've got the awareness in myself and I now believe that maybe I can improve. Maybe things can get better just a little bit, yeah? And if it's possible for them, it might be possible for me. Now, there's a lot of people who will never be in that. They'll always stay here and they wish and they hope and they pray, but they don't actually do anything, yeah? They're just waiting for something to happen. And I've said this before, but you can't wait to get better. You've got to start now to get better. Yeah, you can't wait for things to change in order to get better. You need to start now for things to change and get better down the track. Does that make sense, guys? If you understand that, hit the like button. Let us know. I think it's like, you know, and I think it's normal. Like we all go through it. I certainly went through it. Yeah, just like praying. And I wasn't even religious. I was like, please, just like, can I wake up tomorrow and feel normal? And the problem with that was that there was actually no practicality and plan. I wasn't actually doing anything to help myself, yeah? And so something will happen inside of you and you'll have this realization and awareness of going, shit, maybe I can get better. And if it's to be, it's up to me. And you kind of realize, well, I need to take control. Like I need to do something for myself. And honestly, some of you might be watching this going, oh yeah, come on, I've heard this all before. Well, you might be hearing it, but you're not applying it if you're not getting progress, if you're not making progress, if you're not moving forwards, if you don't have a plan, if you're kind of going around in circles, if you're self-sabotaging all the time, yeah? And we can get into the science of that. I know a lot of people want to know the science behind it and the nervous system and, you know, the whole body system, the mind-body system, reconditioning your body, improving and boosting your immune system, and all that kind of stuff. And we can talk about that. But ultimately, it's what we do day to day that's going to make the biggest difference and biggest impact. So what happens here is all of a sudden we go, you know what? I've gone from, it's not possible, I can't get better, to, and that's not your fault, by the way. Unfortunately, you know, chronic fatigue syndrome and chronic illness in general is just so misunderstood, it's not funny. The most common things that most of our clients get told is to push themselves, to sweat it out, to get over it, to stop being depressed, all this kind of stuff they're told, and it's really hurtful and not helpful advice anyway. They're told to, you know, stop, just like, stop it. They're literally just like, oh, some of the shit, like, you know, one doctor said to one of our members, you just need to get pregnant. It was like, wow. We've had other doctors say, you'll never fall pregnant to some of our members. And funnily enough, one of them who got told she was never going to get pregnant, I said to her, I'm like, you got to focus on the program, forget about what that person said. Let's get you healthy and just let nature take its course. And sure enough, 3 months later, pregnant. She's doing so well. She said she's getting so strong because she's holding the baby now. She's had it. Shout out to Cindy in Las Vegas. And she's just doing incredibly well. She's working 30 hours a week, and she went from total chaos symptoms. She didn't think that she could get better. But what happened when she actually enrolled in the program, she had this awareness going, something's got to change, and it's up to me. Yeah, and it was slow and it took time. It wasn't overnight. Yeah, but what happens when that happens, guys? Something really cool happens. We go from focusing everything on outside of ourselves, we go, it's not possible, we can't do this, to then, you know what? I think it is possible. But rather than focus on like something super overwhelming, I'm just going to do what I can do right now, and I'm going to focus on what I can control. And so what happens here, we go to a little bit more dialed focus, and this is kind of what happens when people enroll in our program. We go through a bit of a planning process, we figure out their exact goals, and then we figure out a plan in order to help them with those goals. But usually, typically, and this will look very similar for you as well when you start your recovery, is you will really focus on the fundamentals. And really what this is the controllables. Yeah? And this would look more like, for most of you, especially initially, is understanding and finding your baseline. And you're going to have questions like, yeah, but does this work for fibromyalgia? Does this work for pain? Does this work for symptoms? Yes. When you get healthy, when you improve your health, your symptoms decrease. The problem that most people have is that they keep fighting symptoms. They keep focusing on fixing symptoms when symptoms aren't actually the problem. Your health's the problem. Chronic illness affects every aspect of your life and your health. And so rather than focusing on the problem, we need to focus on the solution. We need to focus on, okay, let's do the opposite of what chronic illness has actually created for us inside our body internally. Okay, let's fix that. Let's get healthy. And as you get healthy, your symptoms decrease, right? But I've never met anyone who's focused on fixing their symptoms who's actually gotten better. I'm going to ask you that question. Have you improved when you focus on trying to fix your symptoms? Because you're still going around in circles. Yeah. And this is we are not an illness program. We are a health program. We are a health and life program. For me, and I say this all the time, we are a life program. We help people get their lives back. And how we do that? We focus on it. Okay. And so we focus on baseline. We have huge mindset shifts. One of our clients just recently, she has literally gone from, just like total chaos and overwhelm to feeling so in control, knowing exactly what she needs to do, what feels right for her in the moment, listening to her body, and her energy is just like getting better and better. Her capacity is getting better, and she's just doing so much better. Yeah. But mindset shifts, and this is not to like positive think. We don't believe in positive thinking. We don't think like pretending that you're fine when you're not fine. We're talking about mindset shifts in, well, what can we do and what can't we do? And what can we focus on that will enhance ourselves versus de-enhance ourselves? Unfortunately, sometimes we get into a habit of focusing on the wrong things, focusing on everything that you can't do. You might be holding on to guilt. You might be holding on to comparison. That's a big one. An easy way to feel really sad and upset is to compare yourself. Okay, yeah. Is this making sense, guys? If it is, give it a thumbs up, give it a love heart. Let us know in the comments if this is like helpful. But you know, a sure way to feel really crap about yourself is to compare yourself. Is to feel super sorry for yourself. If you're feeling sorry for yourself, yeah, understandable, but it's also going to keep you stuck. And I'm going to show you a diagram in a second of exactly what that looks like. You know, and there's this thing of, you know, this type A personality, this perfectionistic kind of thinking, like you focus on everyone else outside of yourself. You don't put yourself first or equal. If you have a hard time putting yourself first, what I recommend is just focusing on putting yourself at least equal. You have to look after your needs too. Okay? Mindset shifts. And then we're going to talk about nutrition, right? We're going to focus on gut health. We're going to focus on blood sugar levels and immune system, nervous system, and really the muscular system. Okay, I'm going to talk about progress in a second too and what that actually looks like. And so based off just this alone, is one really important one that I missed, which is our number one focus when people join our program, is getting your sleep right. Which actually ties into baseline. That's why I didn't really write it, because everything to do with your baseline is going to help you with your sleep. It's going to help you with your days. Sleep, how you get better sleep is by what you do during the day. Yes, at nighttime there's things that can help you, but it's really, you have to set your sleep up starting in the morning. Your morning routine, what you're doing day to day, how you use your energy. Not overdoing it, but not underdoing it too. And this is why we focus on baseline, okay? Once you understand this and you get this, you can move forwards pretty easily, yeah? It's a lot simpler and you don't have to like overthink it too much. Now, when we figure this out, guys, what's going to happen? There's going to be a certain number of things you're going to start to do, okay? And these things are all going to help you move forwards and up. Remember how we spoke about before is decreasing illness focus and increasing health focus. You know, and yeah, you basically want to start moving forwards and focusing on what you want to create in your life and then do it, right? But if you're holding on to guilt, if you're holding on to shame, if you're going around in circles, you're feeling like, you know, there's something that's holding you back, we need to get to the bottom of that. And we had 2 huge breakthroughs last week inside our program on some of my coaching calls. Oh my God. Like, one, I'm not going to say her name just for privacy reasons, but like, we're talking like 30 years of like suffering and a shift within 20 minutes. And her face and the color in her skin came back and health started to just come to life. And all of a sudden, the shift went from, it's just hard, I don't know what to do, like, I'm just stuck, to, oh my God, I can actually change this and I can do something for myself. And it was absolutely incredible to witness. The guys who were on that call will know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, when we figure out what to do, right, for ourselves, it links over to step 3. And step 3 is systems. Yeah, so we go from, all right, we kind of, we're figuring it out. We've got a routine, we've got a baseline, we're figuring out, we know what to do, we know when to do it, we know what's appropriate for us, and from there, we're going to build our capacity. Now, what happens is we translate it over here, and I'll just make this look a little bit sexy here. Here we go. There we go. And step 3 is actually figuring out, well, what does progress look like? Okay, and this is where a lot of people get stuck. They just kind of flounder around and do the same thing all the time, and then they limit themselves, and they're inflexible, and they're not focusing on the long-term game. So here we need to figure out what progress looks like. And if we can do that, then it makes it easier to set the sail and really know what to focus on. So if your goals are cognitive, you want to improve your cognitive function, you want to improve your physicality, like one of our members, Heidi, big shout out to Heidi. That's her goal, is the physicality side. We've got members who want to improve their creativity, they want to get back to work, and so on. Yeah. So then we go, all right, well, where are we going to focus our attention? What do we really need to focus on in order to get there? Now, when we do that, we create a plan. Yeah. And this plan is like the gatekeeper towards transition. Okay. And this is where, you can see this flag here, this is where we start to create goals and we start to actually achieve them. Just like Heidi, just like I said before, I'm going to show with you some stories in a second, but we really start to achieve some goals, and that feels freaking amazing. Hanging out with your kids more, hiking mountains. We've got heaps of hikers in our program. Surfing, we've got a guy in New Zealand who just wants to surf, and so he's back surfing every day. He's feeling fantastic. Mind you, it's taken him 9 months to do a lot of work with us. It's not overnight. We've got a lady writing a book. We've got one lady who is just enjoying her life again. She's gardening. She's hanging out with her husband more. Her husband said, "I think you've got more energy than me now." And she'd been suffering for 20 years. 20 years. So, it's totally possible, guys. And what happens is you start to achieve your goals. Yeah? And the cool thing is, and this is what happens, and this is where we want you to really focus your attention on eventually, is from there, we integrate back into life. And this is a stepping stone where we go, okay, that's awesome, love that. What do we really want for our lives now? Because you're not the same person as you used to be, and you probably want to create new goals and have a different lifestyle that you actually enjoy and you want to work towards. And so the question becomes, well, what's my North Star? And the question also becomes, what's next? In an exciting way. And so you can start to look forwards to the future and go, what would I like to create? Actually, not what I like to create. What would I love to create? And I've got a star here because we talk about North Star in our program a lot. We have game plan sessions, we have 6 months goals, we have 12-month goals, and we help people work towards them over time in a really nice, realistic fashion. And you can see if we zoom out, it looks pretty cool. And you can see this is a journey. This is like, let's just say this is a 12-month journey. And, this is why we work with our clients for a minimum 6 months. And most of our members stay with us for over a year, sometimes even longer. We've got clients who have been with us for 15 months, 16 months now. Got a guy who's been with us 2 years. He's working full time. In fact, I can show you him. This is him right here. This is a hill. I was just showing our clients a hill. This is him here. He posted this on Facebook. 23 patients in Bondi Acupuncture Clinic today. Very busy, thankful for the opportunity. Look at him. He's just a picture of health now. This is a hill. He was struggling, right? And one of the things that he did the best was be super accountable. Looks like he's on an interview with me right now. But he couldn't do this at the start. And how great, he's living his passion. He's working in helping other people with their well-being through a modality, and he absolutely loves it. And the thing about a hill is that he really knows that he needs accountability. And I asked Ahil, I said to him, hey, when he was doing really well and he was like a year in, we had a conversation. I said, tell me what's been the most helpful thing so far. And he said, by far the accountability of just the program and the group, being surrounded by other people who are doing really, really well. And I talk a lot about proximity. But what he said the most, which was just for me, was very fascinating, was proximity. And it was really about the people, his environment. Who is in his environment and how that made him feel, right? Which was empowered. And the funniest thing that Ahil told me, I said, what was the most helpful thing about the program? And he goes, to be honest, pain. I was like, what do you mean? And he goes, like actually paying for the program. And I said, why is that? And he said, because when I pay attention. And it makes me accountable. And it helps me make progress. And I just thought that was really, really damn cool. So I hope that inspires you. I wasn't planning on showing you that. I shared that with our members the other day because he's in our lifestyle integration program now and he's just like crushing it. And so I wanted to share his story. But if we come back here just quickly, you can see Ahil's journey started down here. Yep. He literally started there. Then we moved over to the focus. Well, what are we going to focus on, Ahil? What do we need to work on? Yeah. And again, it's different for every single person. We need to sit down and really figure out what it is for you that's holding you back and then move forwards with that. And then we readjust. We set the sail. We start doing the work. We start to make improvements. We start to progress and we go, well, that's great. Now what does progress look like for me now? And then again, we set the sail. We move forwards. We start moving towards our goals. And then here, we can start to think bigger. We can start to think what's next. We can start to move and create a life that we actually want to create. And it comes from a place of love and creation, not from a place of fear and lack. And this feels really, really, really good. And so, really, I just want you to think just for a moment, like, what would that possibility be like for you? There's a reason why we call our up-level program lifestyle integration is because these guys are integrating back into life, relationships, living, creation, accountability, and moving forwards with what they want to do in their life and enjoying it along the way. So let us know if this makes sense in the comments. Give us a love if this is kind of really, really helpful. I'm going to share with you a couple of inspo stories right now. This one here. So you can see here just on my screen, let's see if I can make this bigger. Yeah, so we've got Felicity, who's actually in our program still. She's amazing. And she's just doing so incredibly well. She's actually becoming a coach herself. She's studying to become a coach and she's learning so much and she's just a brilliant person. And one of her wins here was I spent the afternoon shopping with my daughter, which involved driving an hour, the longest I've driven since March before a crash. Before I joined the program, it was so nice to be able to do normal mother-daughter stuff again. Now, she's come so much further than that. That was ages ago. Shout out to Felicity. You're amazing. We've got Tom here. He's been catching up with different groups of friends that he's not been able to see for a while. He's even been going to the pub for a few hours in the beer garden. He's in London. Barbecues on the beach. Been for a few swims in the ocean. Been doing lots of shopping. Summer has begun. Amazing. Now this is Tara. I love Tara. She's a bloody legend. And, she's come from such a really low point in her life and she's just phenomenal now. She just actually went for a snowboarding ski trip with her daughter. She just posted some photos the other day, but this was ages ago. You can see this is in November 2021. The date of this video is 2022. We're in March now. Tara says, today I'm grateful that I flew to San Francisco, walked around the city for an hour. 5 months ago, I was being wheeled around the airport in a wheelchair to fly back home. Huge blessings and beautiful moment to witness incredible progress. Now, she messaged me that weekend. She was out dancing, eating at restaurants and having a great time. So amazing. And then we've got Tommy here. Tommy, you know, she was going through a really tough time. This program is what got me through this period of uncertainty and fear and my faith. What I've learned here, I have not had 1 minute of anxiety to the point of causing physical signs. Worry, yes, but not the anxiety that we all know and hate. The teachings here helped me get through it all. Breathe, center, focus, relax. Thank you, Toby and team. She had COVID and she recovered from it really well. And like I said, you know, as she gets healthy, her immune system improves and she can deal with things better. Yeah. So pretty damn amazing. We got a couple more. This is Ian from New Zealand. If I didn't have this group, I would fail when I hit those rocky days. The contact with the Facebook team and support through CFS Health is so encouraging. Again, we talked about proximity. Like, how important is it to have people that you surround yourself with? We've got a Hill here. This is amazing. He sent me a message. He's from Norway. Hi, Toby. I went for a 12-hour hike last weekend. No crash, only joy. Wishing you a great week. It was like 1,100 meters above sea level, which is just crazy. And then we've got more here. Megan, who's in China, who's a legend. She's still with us in Lifestyle. Same thing. 7 months in the group, time for me to move to Lifestyle Integration, so she graduated. Thank you to everyone who has supported me. I feel unbelievably grateful. I've learned so much, cried, laughed, and best of all, progressed. So just really, really cool things and inspiring stories, and I think it's just really important to know that. But I wanted to show you just quickly as well. You know, so hopefully now you have a macro kind of idea of what recovery looks like. You kind of know from start to finish, and now you have a bit of a roadmap of what that looks like, yeah? And inside our program, we kind of, we have 3 stages, yeah? And so depending on what stage you're at is what you're going to focus on inside the program. And so it's all written out for you in just a PDF, and you get to just go through it at your own pace, yeah? But what I wanted to show you just quickly as well, which I think you might find really helpful, and it kind of speaks to what we spoke about before. So we go from here, not aware, and rejection of possibility, to then coming out of that and going, what can I do? And this is where we create possibility. And then that actually helps us create action. And you've heard me say this before, but in order for change to happen, change needs to happen. Like, you can't expect to improve if you're actually not doing anything to improve. And what if you got super clear and just strong in your mindset, and you weren't going to keep focusing on comparing yourself to other people and focusing on the past so much and focusing on what you can't control? And what if you just focused on what you could do right now, and you actually created behavior, habits, and started to move forwards? What would that actually do for you? I can tell you right now. Results. like real, tangible results. And what do you think that does? What do you think this does? If you're in this area here, right? Let's say you're in the green. You're in this green bit here. If you just magnify that, like if you literally just magnify that alone, victor. You become a victor. You become a victor of your reality. You become a victor of what you want and what you don't want. And when this happens, you start to think in such a different way. It's actually so beautiful to watch. We get to watch it all the time in our program. It's crazy. It's crazy to see the transformations. And I'm going to share with you a video in a second of what that actually looks like. But it's just unbelievably so special to watch people go from total despair. Cindy's a perfect example. She knows this. Even when we were on the phone when she joined the program, she was like freaking out. Just like total, but what about this symptom? And oh my God, like this symptom's so bad and I just don't know what to do. And so symptom focused and so illness focused, it wasn't funny. And I said, listen. And I showed her this basically. I was like, this is what we need to do. We need to get you ordered with your baseline. We need to get you a routine structure that suits you. Stop overcomplicating things. Stop going down rabbit holes. We need to be consistent. If you're consistent and you start to move forwards, you're going to really start to make a difference. And what happened over the next 2 years with Cindy, it was about 9 months when there was a huge turning point for her. She had to do the work and it took time and nothing sunk in straight away. You know what it's like. Sometimes you watch stuff and it's like, it just doesn't make sense. Over time, it made sense. She literally went into victim mode from total disarray. And then she was like, well, what's next for me? I want to start a family. That's what she wanted to do with her partner. Yeah. I want to create a lifestyle. I want to be financially independent. She paid off all her debt. As part of being in her program, she paid off all her debt. That was a huge goal that she achieved. Massive. I remember when she posted it, it was like, guys, this is so big for me. I've paid off all my credit card debt over the last year, and it just feels unbelievable. And so we really start to create a destiny for ourselves, what we're moving forwards to and what it feels like and what we want to create. And so this is a transformational framework that you can see here. Really does go from zero to hero and from victim to victor, and it's an extraordinary challenge and one that's fun, because we know that staying down here doesn't really feel too good, right? It's not much fun for you, but it's not much fun for anyone else either. And so I'd love for you nothing more than to get out of that and to get into more of the activity process of, well, what do I need right now and how can I honor my body and how can I do what's appropriate and build up over time and then eventually start dreaming of the bigger things. But initially that might be too far reach. I know for a lot of our members, we don't talk about long-term macro goals until they're kind of in the moment, working on their micro goals first. And then possibility opens up and then we can start to think bigger and start to ask those bigger kind of questions. What's next? Where do I want to go? What do I value? So we have a whole separate program called the Values Aligned program where once members have been with us for a minimum of 6 months, they get access to that. And it's a game changer. It's really, we help them identify what they truly value and what's really, truly important to them now. Because your life's so different. Yeah. You're building into something and someone you want to become, and so your clarity and your thinking is different than what it was beforehand, and so it becomes this kind of game, and it's super fun. And so we help our members kind of figure out their values, and based off their current true authentic values and what's actually really aligned for them, then we can create congruent goals that they can move towards and feels really, really good. Yeah. If this makes sense, just hit the like button for me, let us know. I hope this is super helpful. To leave you, I'm going to share with you a really motivational, inspiring video. And I think this is just a game changer. This is, I've shared this a few times and it's made me cry a lot because I watched these people go from just exactly what I talked about in this video, this framework, this total suffering, total struggle, to living a great life now. So I hope you enjoy, and let's do it.
Before joining the program, my biggest challenge was definitely my sleeping, and especially my sleeping pattern. I had no social life, I wasn't going to school.
I had chronic fatigue for about 6 years, from the age of 18 to 24. My biggest challenge before joining the program was I was completely consumed with this fear of doing anything. I was scared it would make me feel worse, and it often did, probably because I was so scared that it would make me feel worse.
So before I joined, I kind of crashed a lot. I went deep when I crashed, analyzing the symptoms, going into catastrophe thinking, all those things, which made the burden even harder. Like many of us in this situation, we might not have the biggest income. And I was also worried, was this going to help? Was this just going to be throwing those money out the window?
Life for me was pretty dismal. I couldn't digest food. I could barely walk without collapsing. I spent most of my days in bed or on the couch. Had a difficult time to even read or text.
Then what changed after doing the program was I had a routine. I was able to form good habits. I was waking up early in the morning. I was able to do little things, and I was able to understand my body more and what I needed to do.
The program really gave me the confidence to live life and to not be so structured and rigid. So Toby and the program really gave me that confidence to break free of my fear and my anxiety, and to learn to be okay with whatever life threw at me.
I felt like I was kind of hopped on a train, which was like actually going somewhere. Once I just gave myself some time and relaxed into it, and I started to find a structure, and I started to find what my themes are in this program that resonates the most and that I'm most in need of.
I actually found hope and a loving, supportive community of people who would help me reach my goals.
Where am I at now? I'm at uni, I'm finishing off my uni degree soon. I'm back playing sport. This change has made me sort of feel like I'm living a normal life again.
Yeah, so it has been a huge change to have something like this program on my side, this journey of healing and recovery. To feel someone is on your team, able to do more, because I also have the more relaxed nervous system, a softer approach towards myself, and I have all these tools in this box that I use.
Now, I went from not being able to walk down the block to now climbing mountains again and hiking long distances. Last month did a 72-mile hike across the High Sierra Trail, which included 2 14,000-foot peaks.
Taking control is the answer. Taking control of your body and not letting the chronic fatigue control you is how you overcome this. And a program like Toby's is taking back that control, putting in place steps and a plan to regain your life in every way.
For me, the great thing about the program was that you're dealing with people who understood the situation you're coming from. You know, it's such a breath of fresh air. They can relate to you.
I am now almost 5-6 months into the program, and I will continue. It has been a huge support and is a huge support and change for me.
It doesn't matter what pill you take, what course you do, whatever you do, nothing's going to change unless you genuinely want it to and show up and give it all your energy in a time where you don't have the energy for it. It was genuinely life-changing, and I now have my life back because of it.
Pretty amazing. Let us know if you feel inspired from that. Hit the like button in the comments. Let us know if you feel inspired, if you're watching this. live. When that video is playing, I actually picked this card out. And so we have a deck of cards for our clients, and it's just prompts, to remind them of certain things. And so this one, which is super, super fitting, if it's to be, it's up to me. And so my question to you is, where are you going to take control? What are you going to focus on? Because you're worth it. You're super worth it. You just need to realize that. I think it's just important that, you realize you're worth it. And give yourself everything you can in order to help yourself move forwards. But start valuing yourself and put yourself in the line to move forwards. Because nothing changes when you do nothing. Nothing changes when you don't put yourself in front and do the work. So I hope this training was helpful for you. Feel free to watch it 1,000,000 times over. And for those of you who feel really solid on their own, and you're gonna be consistent, you're gonna be committed, you're gonna be accountable, you're gonna do the work on your own, amazing. Go, keep doing it. If you're on track, I'm super proud of you. And, just all I want for you is to live your life. That's really the goal. If you are going, yep, this is awesome, this is me, but you easily get lost, you easily get distracted, you sometimes go sidetracked, you need a plan, you don't want to keep going around in circles, you don't want to keep second guessing yourself. And if you want a comprehensive plan, the most comprehensive plan you can get online, delivered basically to your doorstep, and you want help and accountability and support every step of the way, and what I showed you before, if you basically want this, if you want help with this, going from start to finish, and we're talking not just halfway, we're talking all the way, come and apply for our program, because it will literally be a game changer for you. So all I recommend, again, if you feel like you're good on your own, you're sweet, you don't need help, you don't need support, you don't want coaching, you don't want on-the-spot coaching when you need it, you don't want to be able to ask personalized questions, all those kinds of things, and you feel sorted, great. If you'd prefer to be in proximity with brilliant people, if you'd prefer to be in proximity with brilliant coaches who understand you and have a comprehensive plan that covers every aspect of recovery, if you'd like to be surrounded by people who actually have similar goals to you and really inspiring to be around, if you want help with planning, with goals, with implementation, with accountability and moving forwards, then apply for our program. There's nothing else out there like it. It's a done with you program, meaning that you are not left on your own. Okay, it's cool. You have like the Netflix of recovery on your phone. Okay, we have a phone app. It's amazing, that will help you with anything you need. So we have subcategories in everything you could think of: calming the nervous system, restorative breathing. We have a whole movement mastery program to help you recondition your body from start to finish. Okay. Nutrition, gut health, the science behind why you're doing what you're doing with Dr. Olivia, and there is a step-by-step plan that you need to focus on. And in fact, you know what? I'm just going to show you. This is between us, by the way, but this is for our members. Okay. And so what happens is when you join our program, you'll have a plan. We'll set up a conversation to figure out your current goals and what you need help with. And then we will get rid of all this. Then we'll help you figure out exactly what you need to focus on. The coolest part is we have weekly coaching sessions every single damn week. So you can jump on a call and ask any question you have on anything that you need help with, and you'll get an answer. You're only 7 days away from an answer. And the other cool part is you get to ask all the coaches questions on what you need help with whenever you do as well. But the best part for me personally, for you, is that you have a plan and that you have something to focus on. So you can see here, we've got 3 stages, yeah? So most people start at stage 1 with us. And this is where you need to create balance. You are going to stop the push-crash cycle, and you are ready to build your health foundation. From there, if that's you, you focus on the below. You focus on the fundamentals, which is a whole module in itself. There's like 15 video trainings, depending on what you need. You don't watch them all, you just watch the key specific ones that we tell you to watch, yeah? Sleep, nutrition, routine, structure, all that kind of stuff you can see there, yeah? Then even letting go of guilt, you've got the restorative breathing modules, and then you've got your mindset mastery. Change the way you go about things, improve your attitude, focus on what you can do, build your mindset. When you move forwards, you focus on stage 2, right? You've established your baseline, you're maintaining your health, and you're ready to progress to the next level. This is where you focus on the fundamental progress videos, mindset lesson sessions with Gemma, where we talk about boundaries, setting yourself up for success, and dealing with the emotional turmoil that you might be going through too. Okay, this is where we would revisit the initial videos, solidify what you're actually doing, and then progress, maintain progress. What's next? We get new levels. And when there's a new level, there's a new devil, so change is what we focus on. And then we move into stage 3. And so you can imagine this is like 1 to 4 months of focus usually. And then this becomes kind of normal and easy. Then we focus from here from 4 to 9 months usually, and then 9 months ongoing, because life continues, yeah? So this is where you have maintained and progressed nicely. You might be feeling bored because you've done so well, right? And you're ready for the next level. And it's time to start thinking bigger picture. So this is where we go into the Values Align program, start to finish, new set of values, new goals, new level. We have work stuff modules, so this is where we really help you have a plan to progress back into whatever you want to do, whether it's study, work, or just creative goals, okay? So we call that the work stuff modules. And then we have movement mastery, new phases and levels of strength. So a lot of people want to get stronger and healthier. Maintain healthy habits, creating new goals for new accountability and challenges ahead, coaching for help. And then we have lifestyle integration. We stick to what works. We create a 1 to 3 year values aligned goal plan, and we start to really enjoy life more. So that's kind of like the model that our members work from. We call this the CFS Health Roadmap. And it's just really helpful to help them navigate in the program. But more importantly, when you jump on a coaching call, we help you. You'll say, Toby, I'm struggling with this, and I'll say, go here. You'll say, I'm struggling with this. Gemma Hanley will say, watch this. I'm struggling with this. Hey, we've got a whole training on this. Go for it. Take your time. You can watch it whenever you want. So it's pretty cool. But we can help you with all of this. If you want to find out more, all you need to do is apply for the program. I'll leave a link on this page somewhere. It's cfshealth.com/form. You'll fill out an application form. You'll get an email, so check your junk folder. And I would recommend checking your junk folder within kind of 30 minutes, 40 minutes. It'll be there. You'll get a whole email on how the program works, what it costs, and I'll just leave you with a little bit of a hint. It does cost money because this investment is so damn worth it. The amount of work and energy that you get is incredible. And some people say it's really expensive, but it works out to be 16 Australian dollars a day. And we do payment plans. We don't do any upfront payments at all because we just don't think it's fair on you. So we want to make it as easy as possible. And like I said, some people think it's really expensive, but is $16 a day? I don't know. I don't think that's that expensive. I think it's incredibly valuable. That's a banana smoothie and a banana bread at a coffee shop. We've got someone who says here, I was doing my own holistic healing before joining the CFS Health program. It didn't get me to where I wanted to be. After joining the program and gaining the support and soul nourishment from the people and members and mentors, the program as my recovery took off. I'm forever grateful. Awesome. Amazing. I think that's Felicity, I'm assuming. I can't see your name on this side. But there you go. Just a perfect example of that. So again, if you're great on your own, amazing. Keep kicking ass, keep kicking goals. If you want help and support and accountability and the most comprehensive online recovery program there is, apply for the program and see if you'll be accepted. You'll have an enrollment call and we'll make sure you're a good fit. And from there, we'll just start you on your journey nice and easily, slowly but surely. All the best. And if it's to be, it's up to me. Speak to you soon. Bye.